There we go. I'd like to call the Proctor Economic Development Authority meeting for Tuesday, February 9th, 2021 to order. And I'd like to begin with a roll call, if I may, please.
Commissioner Madsen.
Here.
Commissioner Ward.
Here.
Commissioner DeWall.
Present.
Commissioner Lind.
Here.
Commissioner Schwartzbauer.
Here.
I'd like the minutes to show that City Attorney John Bray is also present at this meeting. And I'd entertain a motion for approval of the minutes from our January 20th, 2021 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Mayor Ward and a second from Commissioner Lind. Further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor, we got to do a roll call vote. I forget. Please.
Yep.
Chair Madsen.
Yes.
Commissioner DeWall.
Yes.
Commissioner Ward.
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartzbauer.
Yes.
Commissioner Lind.
Yes.
That would be unanimous in favor of approval of the minutes. All right, and entertain a approval for tonight's agenda as it's presented.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Support from Commissioner Schwartzbauer. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Ward.
Yes.
Commissioner Lind.
Yes.
Commissioner DeWall.
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartzbauer.
Yes.
Chair Madsen.
Yes. All right. Being that we're virtual and there doesn't appear to be any additional people here for additional outside commentary, I'm going to move on to the agenda. We have nothing listed under communications, number one. Anything to report from Planning and Zoning Commission from City Administrator?
No, there's nothing to report.
All right, we'll move on to item 3 on the agenda. PEDA Secretary advises the authority 3A, Kirkus Street Wetland Delineation Report.
So I believe you all received the full report, quite lengthy. Expect any questions, you can direct them to me and I can get them to RC as you. I'm sorry, I don't know the history on this parcel, but that the report was submitted and it's in front of you.
I think simply put, this would be in reference to the property the city acquired, purchased it basically in a tax forfeited scenario off of Kirkus Street, an extension of what was originally planned to be part of the Kingsbury addition that was let go. And in order to understand what we had available in land inventory, we asked for a wetland delineation, knowing that there was some there, so that we'd have a strong idea as to what we were dealing with in the for that particular property going forward. Anyone else want to add anything or any commentary to that? Hearing none, we'll keep it under advisement. We'll go to 3B, tax abatement policy.
At the last meeting, I reported on the City of Grand Rapids, their economic development website. It's a suggestion for you to check out. And then I also made reference to their tax abatement policy. And I did not find it on their website, but I contacted their administrator and I forwarded that to you today. And it's just for information purposes for us to consider in the future when we start looking at those policies or updating any current policies.
Taking that under advisement. I did take time to go to the website, was quite impressed. So I appreciate that suggestion. And I think that might be something as a group we might want to all take a peek at and have some discussion. I see it being absolutely a positive addition to their process. So did anyone else have a chance to review that website?
Yeah, I printed it off and was looking at it too. It's pretty nice.
Pretty impressive and positive. So, all right, we'll bring that up for further discussion. Item 3C, one roof community housing.
Yes, so I was contacted by One Roof Community Housing. One Roof does single family home construction, new home construction. They also do single family rehab in cities in their service area, and they also do multifamily construction home complexes. And they have funding right now to build 2, possibly 4 new single family homes in the city of Proctor is one of their target areas. So we started researching some possible available lots, and with that led me down the path to requesting a whole list of state tax forfeited land with St. Louis County, which I received today. So Megan and I just started exploring that. The houses are single family homes. Of course, they're looking for the best value on the lots so that they can keep their construction costs down. The construction costs of the home are around $350,000, and they've been selling them on the market for around $200,000 to be affordable for families. The income guidelines to qualify for the purchase are in Proctor would be $105,000. So we're looking at some nice single family housing development that could be possible for us. So just putting out the word, if you know of lots. Like I said, I did get the whole list from the county, and it's quite extensive of state forfeited land that we can actually ask to be withheld and hold it from the sale so that we can work out a deal with One Roof for the purchase of the lots. And we can get a reduced rate from St. Louis County for the purchase as well, up to 80% of the land value. But it has to be for a public purpose, and affordable housing is a public purpose.
Is there a minimum size on these lots? Do you
It
know?
would have to fit zoning. It would have to fit the zoning requirements.
Right, but we've had several houses that we've torn down, 4 that I can think of, that I don't know if the taxes have been paid or not, but maybe that's something to look into. But they're smaller lots, but they had houses on them before.
Yeah.
So,
That goes back, Carol, to that minimum. It used to be 55 feet. Now I believe it's 75 feet width. So they would be non-conforming lots.
of record, yeah.
It's an interesting project with them, and they're very excited about the possibilities in Proctor. And from what I can see, there are a lot of state forfeited lots in Proctor that would definitely work for them. And Mayor, you had some interesting conversations today with our commissioner.
Yeah, Commissioner Musoff called today. Said they have some HRA funds available if we have housing projects going on in Proctor, to let them know. When I reached out to Jess, she kind of gave me a heads up on this project. So I think it's something we should pursue with Commissioner Musoff and see what kind of HRA funds they got available to help us out with the housing project.
That'd be good.
Yeah, according to St. Louis County Land Department, they have been wonderful to deal with in the last week, just building that relationship. But they said that the sale of tax forfeited land has just gone crazy. They can barely keep up with it, and that it's for new home construction. And that would definitely benefit Proctor's tax base.
Okay.
This One Roof community housing, do you know if they keep ownership of the land?
Sometimes they do. It's called the land trust. These
Right.
particular projects in Proctor, they're not looking to make a part of their land trust.
Okay, well, I mean, they have houses here that they do
Mm-hmm.
already, but okay.
Say, Jess, one thought just appeared. I know you had a long list there, but one I would hone in on right away would be, I believe it's on 14th Street off of 2nd. It's on the north side. Ray Stevens bought the south side forfeited. The only reason I say that is I know he will be extending the sewer and water at some point, 8-inch mains. It does 2 things. It helps him pay for that extension, and it's kind of a shovel-ready lot. But I don't think it would be one house in that particular lot. I don't know if there's enough room for 2. Possibly.
Yeah. And now the property to the north of it, the 3 lots, I think we're talking about the same one. Those are on the land sale right now too.
Yeah, of what would be 14th Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've had a lot of inquiries about him, a lot of inquiries. So I think it's going to be a big construction season in Proctor, just based on it's February and the inquiries and the discussion about utilities, what's available. I mean, it's almost on a weekly basis we're getting questions, so it's promising.
Do we need to do any research on what the qualifications would be or what we would need to do for some of those HRA funds?
I'm going to reach out to Commissioner tomorrow to see, yeah, exactly. It's exactly what Mayor Ward and I thought. What are the strings that are attached to it, and what we can use the money for, whether it's from acquisition to extending utilities, extending some roads maybe for affordable, and then also I think some of it can be used for blighted structures too.
Oh, nice.
It would be nice. All right, we'll move forward with that. Nice report on that one. Some
Can I ask a
positive.
quick question on that? Does One Roof Housing ever consider partnering with people that build houses, whether it's the trades or whether it's like Lake Superior College, or do they have to be on their own? As a way to keep the cost down.
Yeah, I don't know that specifically. I don't. At this point, they've only talked about private contractors with me.
I've never heard of them, Jim, as far as working with the trades. That doesn't mean they don't, but I've never heard of One Roof before Administrator Rich talked to me about it. So
I just know that every year Lake Superior College, John Kilcatera builds a house in Duluth. They have partnered
What's my
with
internet doing here?
Salvation Army before to do that.
Anybody got me at all?
What's that?
My connection is unstable, of course.
We can hear you.
I'm waiting for it to come back. Did I get you back now?
Yeah.
Good old internet connection. All right, we're back anyway. We'll see what happens. So, did I miss anything while I was gone?
We could hear you, but you evidently couldn't hear us.
I absolutely couldn't hear you. And now that I know that you can hear me, I will not babble as much next time. Thank you very much.
I just know that there's a big need for getting kids into the trades, and high school programs are looking for things to do. And I think this is at least a potential partnership, bringing people Proctor's way. It doesn't have to be from Duluth. There's a lot of other schools that have kids that could work in this. So I think if they're interested in doing that, or if they do it as a standalone without anything, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, good suggestion that we could make just in conversation that there are potentially some resources and the school programs might, be glad to volunteer, and One Roof might be glad to accommodate. So
there's a lot for the training for people that are low income in Duluth. There's a lot of stuff that the Workforce Development Board is doing down there. You also have Carl Crawford, who lives in Proctor, who's also the human rights. He's got connections and looking for opportunities to train people into the trades. One of their biggest struggles is being able to get people to the sites because of bus transportation and stuff. Even out to the millwrights out in Hermantown has become a big struggle. So I'd hate to think that want to avoid the social economic needs, not only the people buying the house, but also the people that could learn a really good trade and go into those professions. And so if there's any possibility to work towards trying to get some of our students or some of the low-income people in the Duluth or Hermantown and Proctor area into it, that would sure be beneficial, I would think.
good idea. All right. Any further discussion on that? I'll move on to item 4A, unfinished business. On the agenda is an update on the Lamar property. There's been, at this point, I've got nothing new to report. There's been no additional conversation at all at this point. I know that there lot of conversation going on with the, what's the word? The tax base that they're being charged. They're looking at it. The city's looking at it. The county's looking at it. The value of that property based on the assessment. That's the word I'm looking for. So that's internally what's going on, and could be a little bit of a slowdown for us in our project. So that's all I have to report on that. So have nothing listed under item 5, new business. So if that's the case, I would entertain a motion to go into, per Minnesota statutes 13D, to close session for negotiations, economic development data, and attorney-client privilege, if possible. So if we can wave down Mr. Ted, let him know that we would like to go to closed session, I'd appreciate it.